Back, a number of versions given by accused number one in the Senzo Meyiwa case have been dealt a blow by the lead investigator, Brigadier Bongani Gininda. Muzi Sibiya denied knowing one of the state's critical witnesses, but cell phone records have revealed that their numbers have made contact before. This is one of the versions that Gininda tackled on Monday as the state closes the net on accused number one. That is accused number 1's Sibiya and 4 others are on trial for the 2014 murder of the soccer star. Mnisi is now joining us in studio to have a chat about what happened yesterday and what it is we can expect today. Very good morning to you. Starting off with accused number 3's version also coming into question.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'd recall, Aldrin, the evidence of Constable Senzo Meyiwa. It seems that him and his father gave the state critical information that led to the arrest of accused number 1 and 2. But you'd also recall that last year he took the stand and told the court that the 5 accused were at a Fosos hostel just hours before Senzo Meyiwa was killed. And that obviously was denied by the accused, who said they didn't even know him, right, despite his claim that he's related to some of the accused persons. Now, one of the things that he told the court last year was that just in November 2019, this is a day after his father gave the state or the police a critical statement that implicated accused number 1 and 2. He received threats from the family of accused number 1 and had spoken to him over the phone to tell his family to stop. And he says he listened and they stopped with those threats. But that version was denied by accused number 1, who said, I never spoke to him while I was in Mpumalanga over the phone. I never saw him while we were at a wedding in KZN. In fact, I don't even know him. But cell phone records have since emerged and they show a link between a number allegedly linked to accused number 1 and that of Zungu. Let's take a listen.
Please call me was sent by the user of this number, which we know is accused number 1, as a please call me. And then to the number belonging to Mr. Zungu, which is this 07697999524. Then on the next page, this is now page number 2, my lord. On the same day, on the 19th of November 2019 at 1821, he then received a call from Mr. Zungu, this 07697999524. So there was a please call me on the previous page, which then the call was then made to the number 07937901337, my lord.
All right, so that's Brigadier Bongani Gininda. And in this particular evidence that he's giving, it seems the Fosos hostel is an important part of it, right? Because what we now learn is that despite the accused saying they were not in Fosos, you know, you'd recall the evidence of Binky Vitalingham. She told the court that the phone allegedly linked to accused number 3 pinged at a tower that is at Fosos. And yesterday we got to hear the address of that particular tower. And it shares the same address as Muzi Sibiya, or the address that accused number 1 used to open bank accounts. This is with Capitec and with Nedbank. The same tower is the same tower that the number of accused number 3 pinged at just before 2 o'clock. And if you remember the evidence of Senzo Meyiwa, he said he arrived at the hostel between 2 and 3 o'clock. And that's where the accused were. They were drinking, you know, dancing and enjoying some meat. And obviously that was denied by, you know, the accused. And it's since emerged that all those information now corroborate what Zungu was saying. Let's take a listen.
If you can just place the address of the Fosos Tower on record.
My lord, so the site, it says Fosos Square. Oh, no, sorry. The third one, it says Fosos. It says Fosos. And then it says distance to...
Yes, and the address of the tower?
The address of the tower, my lord, it's 6125 MC Border Drive, Fosos Extension 1, Fosos 1475, which is the same postal code that appears on the address of accused number 1, my lord. and the MC Bota Drive is also the same.
All right, so you'd recall also, Aldrin, that one of Sibiya's, in fact, his main version is that between 2013 and 2015, in fact, in 2014, he was not in Gauteng. This is the year that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. He was never in Gauteng. He had left in 2013 after losing his job and only returned to Gauteng in 2015. But you'd recall the evidence of the RTMC witness and the evidence of bank records. So according to RTMC, he sat twice for a learner's license that year, but also the banking transactions show that there were transactions that were performed, particularly in Fosos, in October, and at some point there was a bank card replacement, and Brigadier Bongani Gininda says that would require a person to walk into a branch and get the card replaced, and this was done at a mall in Fosos, which then around that particular time would then place accused number one in Fosos, despite him having said that he was never in Gauteng, especially around that time that Senzo Meyiwa was killed.
I wonder if they can obtain the CCTV footage from the bank. But anyway, what can we expect today? All
right, so Brigadier Bongani Gininda continues. You would have seen his testimony seems to be taking, starting with accused number one, and the expectation really is that perhaps he'll go from accused number one to accused number two and the rest of the accused, but currently he's still dealing with the evidence of accused number one.
Okay, thank you so much, Linda Mnisi there, and stay tuned to Channel 405.